This is John Kohler with OKRaw.com. Today we have a very special treat for you. We're out here in the Bay of San Francisco, and you may have heard of all these exotic, far-out superfoods that are supposed to be so beneficial for you on a raw foods diet. I mean, people are selling these things $30 a pound for this and that, and they get so expensive. But I want to let you guys know that there are local superfoods too, and I want to share one of those with you today. So let's come around here and check it out. So we're here in like a little tide pool area with all the seaweeds growing. They're growing really good here. But along with the seaweeds, only in July, in the beginning of July, in the San Francisco Bay Area, you will find these on certain coves. And this is one of them. And what you'll find is you'll see all the seaweeds growing around. And what will happen is these particular type of seaweeds will make a little fruit. And this is the little fruit of the seaweed. You can see a couple of them here hanging out. So these are called Spiny Sea Apples. They grow in the sea and they're really rich in nutrition, and most importantly, they're here from California, a local, sustainable, grown superfood. So this Spiny Sea Apple is rich in nutrients. It's high in vitamin A, C, and also antioxidants. They're like one of the highest foods in antioxidants on earth. They especially have kind of like a bitter flavor, actually. I mean, things that are bitter, much more nutritious for us than things that are sweet. So I want you guys to think about that. In any case, without further ado, let me go ahead and sample these guys, and we'll show you how they taste. Go ahead and grab this one over here. Right out of the ocean. Fresh out of the ocean, just for you guys. Now you can see all these little spines on it. This is why it's called the Spiny Sea Apple. And how you want to do this, there's a nice, pretty hard shell on here. You want to just kind of squeeze it pretty hard and open it up. And there you go. You can see on the inside, this is that fruit that you want to eat that's full of the nutrition. Now let's go ahead and, no, doesn't taste so good. But because these are grown in the ocean, super high in iodine, and they also contain vitamin D. Because they're also in the ocean off California, there's a lot of bacteria in the ocean. These are one of the highest sources of B12 in the plant kingdom. Oh man, let me finish this. It's really kind of bitter. Ugh, doesn't taste so good. Oh my God, I could feel the rush and the energy vibing through me, and I'm feeling my cells being totally enriched and enlivened by the Spiny Sea Apple. Oh my God, and I'm getting a buzz off this Spiny Sea Apple. I'm feeling super great, and I just know after eating this Spiny Sea Apple, this is gonna be the best day ever. And for a limited time, these Spiny Sea Apples will be available in my online web store for you to buy. But you know, I've bought out the whole distributor, and I'm the only one on earth that has these for a limited time. And for this month only, it's on my super deal special. So be sure to visit my website to get these Spiny Sea Apples before they're all gone. So did I have you guys want to buy that brand new awesome superfood that has never been introduced to earth before, because it maybe has some nutrients in higher levels that you may not get anywhere else? Well, I want to let you guys know that all that was a sham. It was me doing a skit to prove a point. But before I go any further and tell you more about that, let me tell you about what I was really showing you guys. So what I was really showing you guys was this right here. This stuff is called Rambutan, and this is grown in tropical places in the world. So I have had these fresh picked in Hawaii and other places like that, the tropics. These ones are Rambutans, and most times if you buy Rambutans in the continental United States, they probably have been irradiated because they're coming over from Asia. Fortunately enough, or actually Hawaii imports Rambutan to the US. So these ones are imported from Guatemala, and they are not irradiated. How do I know that? Well, it says right on the box, not irradiated, because they must know that some people don't like their food radiated. So we got this today at the wholesale produce market. This stuff was about $5 a pound. net weight 5 pounds, and this is pretty much like about maybe 1, maybe 2 meals for me. And you can see here's our Spiny Sea Apples in the box. They don't actually live on the water. They grow on a tree. For those of you that have had lychee, they're similar to lychee, but totally different. They taste totally different. And as you saw in the movie before, you know, you could open these up, and inside is actually a little fruit. It looks like a grape. If you've never saw one, then you just squeeze this open and eat it. And it's actually really sweet. And you're gonna spit out a pit. These guys are probably really rich in actually antioxidants. They probably also have lots of vitamin C in them too. And actually they're absolutely delicious. So we're gonna show you what the seed looks like. This is what the seed looks like in the middle. Unlike a lychee, the fruit is stuck to the seed. So you're gonna get some of the seed coating off when you're eating the fruit. They're definitely very delicious. But my purpose for this video today was because, you know, I wanna let you guys know that there are many internet sellers selling the latest, you know, powdered, dried superfoods from afar, whether they're coming from South America or somewhere else. But these superfoods are being shipped all over the world so that you can eat them, or actually more appropriately, so that you can buy them, so that somebody will get rich off you. And let me tell you, most of these superfoods are grown in third world countries, and it's probably not the farmer getting rich off you. It's probably the middlemen that are importing, exporting, and selling these products to you. I've seen some of the markups on some of these superfoods, and you know, just like crazy at these prices, they're insane, some of the markups on the superfoods. And while some of these superfoods may contain higher levels of certain antioxidants and may contain certain nutrients, trace minerals or micronutrients that other foods may not have, and they may be beneficial, and yes, I do take some superfoods. It's in my belief that many of these superfoods are actually not quite as super as they should be, and it's always best to eat fresh foods. Even if it is a superfood, you know, it's lost its vitality once it's been picked and processed. And in some cases, a lot of superfoods may not even be able to be considered a raw food if it has been heat processed. And in my definition of raw foods, a raw food is water rich. And I encourage you to watch my other video I have on YouTube that explains and will define for you what is really a raw food. Because you know what? It seems to me that a lot of people have lost the point of raw foods. You know, when Ann Wigmore and some of the original people that made up raw and living foods came to be, there was no such thing as food processing. You know, our ancestors that lived on this earth for thousands of years didn't process foods. They didn't have foods in packages, bottles, and jars. They ate foods from nature that's all around us. They picked fruits from the tree. They ate leaves from the ground. They ate roots from underground. And they ate real foods. And that's, to me, what raw foods is really all about. I mean, we are 70 to 75% water. If we're eating dehydrated foods, it's dehydrating us. And most dehydrated foods, while they may have some enzyme content, they're definitely not rich and full of life force. And I highly believe that the prana, chi, biophotons, life force energy that's in the foods transfers to us, and then we will be energetic. I mean, after all, we are energetic beings. So I want to encourage everybody to do the best that they can, and the best that I've learned that I can do is grow my own food. And hopefully you can too, because in my opinion, homegrown food in rock dust and compost and growing the highest quality food, including wild foods, are truly the best superfoods on earth, not necessarily as ones from around the world that cost a lot of money. You can grow superfoods in your own front yard. Let's put these internet sellers that are selling all these superfoods from around the world out of business. Every month they seem to have a new food they eat, and they'll get a buzz on, or they'll feel great, or they'll have the best day ever because they ate these superfoods. And I want to let you guys know that if you grow your own food in your front yard, you pick those foods and eat it, let me tell you something, you're going to get a buzz, you're going to have the best day ever, because you're going to get the best and highest nutrition and most life force in any food anywhere on the planet, because it's fresh picked, and most people into raw foods miss that point. It's the life force, silly. So hopefully this video has shed some light on my opinions on some of the superfoods out there. I won't single anyone's out. Be sure to check some of my other videos where I actually do share some of my opinions on some of the other superfoods out there. And I'll be continuing to do my research and share my wealth of knowledge that I have learned over the last 16 years of being into a living and raw foods diet, specifically and only to build my health, because I almost lost my life when I was younger. Many people in raw foods may have just got into it and they don't have the strong, basically, advantage that I have, because everything I research and everything I do is all geared towards building my health. And I truly hope that that's why you're into raw foods too, to build your health, because frankly, some of these superfoods out there may not actually be building your health, they may be hindering it. Once again, this is John Kohler with OKRaw.com. We'll see you next time, and keep eating your fresh fruits and vegetables, and growing them too.